Hey everybody, I'm just going to do a little update on my bus here. I have a leak. Well, actually definitely two leaks. Now, one of them is on the back. There's the unit where the wires from the solar system come into the bus. Now, when I set it all up, I thought I had compensated for a possible bad seal, but I'm finding inside there's extremely slow drip. So I think the cables are acting like a wick and bringing some of that water in rainstorm. Unfortunately, it's right in the electrical area and dripping right over where my lithium batteries would be. Now, the second leak I have, let me turn the camera. Actually, let me try to do it this way. You can see where my ladder is going up right there. Well, the solar panel's up at the top. The problem I had is that sometimes they seem to be bowing a little bit because I think of the weight, and I was hoping this would fix the problem. I had taken a board sideways, put underneath to give some stability. However, I think what's happened is with the bus moving and things like that, maybe a little bit of pressure, I think the wood may have caused a slight leak in one of the ribs. And I'll do a close-up here to show you. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to be taking all the solar panels off. I picked up some Flex Seal for roofing. I'm going to clean the roof off and seal the whole thing right up. All right, these are my solar panels. This is the system I had. These are the boards going across quite a length, so I think that's why they were bowing a little bit. And you can see in back is where I put the two pieces across. So I'm definitely going to have to find, I think, a different system. But to do this all right, it means all these solar panels really have to come off to do this properly. And I'll find a different support system to keep those wood pieces going across from bowing in the center. All right, so this is where my lines going in. And even though it looks like it's sealed pretty good and actually held up for, oh, I would say at least a couple years. I think between driving around and moving, something obviously has either cracked or not adhered well. Maybe the gasket, maybe one of these. So I'm going to clean this up. Really just a little bit of soap and water. I'm using some ivory soap. Dawn dish detergent. Clean this whole area up. I'm going to reseal around this. I'm also going to seal around here because if I have to ever take these off, which I hope I don't, I want to make sure that there's no water coming in, because where I've tracked it is, I think in through one of these lines, somehow it's acting like a wick, or this itself, but the whole thing is going to be sealed up really good. I don't think you need to see me washing, but I'll show you before, obviously, and then I'll show you an after. All right, I think you can see I cleaned up all around. I also used a dry towel to get the excess water off. I'm gonna let the sun and the breeze hit this for a little bit before I get ready to put my white roofing tar on this. All right, if you can see, I'm using, let's see, Heng's Roof Coat white. And I'm not going to spare anything. Like I said, I don't need to have any water coming down through my electrical, because I'm just literally going to use my gloves and just put this all over everything. All right, I'm gonna let the sun hit that, let that set. I'm pretty sure I've gotten everything. Go underneath once, fill that in. I guess I'll have to climb up a little, look a little closer. All right, all this is all set. So now it matters just letting this stuff dry. And that really should take care of this problem over here. So let me turn the camera on. I'm going to show you the other issue I have while I'm up here. As you can see, I put a tarp over the top here. I'll have to take that off. There's some water in it from rainstorm. But this support beam for the solar panels to keep them from bouncing up and down, I think further up it may have put pressure on one of those seams to create a leak. So once I take that tarp off and clean up that area, I'm probably gonna seal along this whole strip of wood all the way, starting with the front where I think the leak is. And then hopefully that will take care of that issue as well. All right, this is step one of the roof fix. That white roofing cement you see, I've gone a little extra. Now you notice how back here I did this seam as well. I've not had any leaks reported there. I've not had any leaks I've seen inside. However, since I'm up here doing this work, I sealed this second rib area. That first one is definitely a culprit. There's no other leaks that I can see in the bus, and where the fan is, the leak that is in the ceiling is at least 1.5 feet back from that, around right along that seam. So I've done two things. I've also sealed on either side of that support board so that water doesn't sit under there and cause that to rot or to have it act like some kind of wick. So hopefully this will fix my leaking problem. I'll just have to wait until the next couple of rainstorms and check things out. All right, folks, we've had a little bit of rain, so I'm gonna check out the inside of the bus in two areas where leaks from the ceiling has occurred. All right, so let's go inside. All right, let's see, hangs roof coat. This is just this is a new 1 gallon that I bought to finish the rest of the roof. Even though it's not leaking, I'm going to use that. And again, I double checked up here, made sure there's no leaks in this area. And fortunately, I'm going to turn on some light because I have actually been checking off and on in here, but let me turn some light on. All right. Now, one of the spots, again, it's this section right here. I know you really can't see. You can probably see how dark it is in the video. It doesn't feel any more wet, so that's a good sign. But the big spot is in the back. Let's turn the camera on and take a look. All right, I've got a little light on the subject. And let me hold the camera with my other hand here. The problem I was having was down this negative line. And what I did is, to make sure that I'm not feeling any water, is this little negative symbol I put up here. And I set this towel and this paper towel right down here. You will see that everything up top still looks nice and clean. There's no signs of water, and believe me, I've had plenty of rain the past few days, so this is a very good sign, folks. I'm just taking this as a positive step forward. All right, so it looks like my Hague's white roof cement did the trick. What I'll be able to do now is I'll be putting this back together as far as bringing in the lithium batteries. However, what I need to do first on the roof is to finish once and for all. I'm going to fill up the rest of the seams with the roof cement, and then I have this white stuff called Flex Seal, mainly for white on the roof to reflect the sun, even though the solar panels will be up there. Once that's all done, then I'll bring the 2 lithium batteries I have this time back into the bus. Hey folks, this is going to be a pretty short video, just a before and after, just to bring you up to date. What I've done so far is use some white roofing tar to seal these ribs. I know I had a leak over there at the cable input, so I went to town on that to make sure there's no leaks. I can't have water coming into my electrical closet. I'm choosing white because I don't want black up here absorbing. Now there will be solar panels all mounted up here. However, my last step is I'm going to use this Flex Seal liquid rubber, which I've heard good things about. My brother used it and his wife on a little mini pull behind camper. So I will do a video after that is completed. I have washed the roof and I have marked off on the side on how low I want to go, because I would like to have kind of a nice neat line on the sides. Well, folks, I know that this is not the best angle, but I now have the white Flex Seal over the whole roof. It's going to take 24 to 48 hours to seal, to dry. It's supposed to be sunny today and tomorrow, so I should be good to go. All right, as you can see, I have the white Flex Seal all now on the roof. It actually spread out thinner than I thought. Now, today and tomorrow was supposed to be sunny. I am concerned about those clouds, but it is what it is. Actually, it's already getting a bit tacky, which is good. That, I think, will help keep any issues from the rain messing up what I did. Again, hopefully the weather does hold out like it was supposed to, but you know, never know what Mother Nature's going to do. Hey folks, I'm remounting my solar panels on my roof, but I'm doing something a little bit different just for safety purposes. So let me turn the camera on and I'll explain what I mean. Initially, when I set up all my solar panels on these pressure treated wood, what I was using were these wood screws, which work fantastic. There's no issue with those whatsoever. Held really strong and firm. But since I've had to take these solar panels off, instead of drilling down the same hole over again, the way these are fitting, it's a pretty snug fit. I really wouldn't be able to drill new holes, and I don't want to put more in the wood. So I am going to use the existing holes that were there. However, I'm going to be using these locking stainless steel bolts, so that now instead of trying to drill through the same hole and the last thing I wanted these things flying off, and now they have the roof seal, hopefully I don't have to do anything with these solar panels for a while. Use these locking bolts and bolt all the solar panels back down and hook them back up. One thing I did forget to mention is that because I've gone down through this wood before, I'm adding two things here. I'm adding a regular washer to help to give a buffer against the wood, so this nut isn't pulling into it. And I'm also going to use a lock washer on this setup as well. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And check out my other videos that I've done in the past on the bus build. Even though that part of the build is done, any comments you make, suggestions on how something could have been done differently or better, will certainly help another person watching the video.